Good morning, everybody. Cheryl here with Inked Pulp, and we're back with Art Before Breakfast. We're going to do something fun today. If you saw my video yesterday, you saw that I got tons of beads. And I want to look at some different ways to use those beads. It's kind of cute. I want to look at some different ways to use those beads and make a few things here. And dumping beads all over my table. Maybe you guys will have some. Hi there, Cheryl. So we're going to play with beads today. I've got pony beads, I've got bugle beads, little delica beads. I've got all these round beads and all kinds of just fun stuff that I can use. Some of them are plastic, some of them are glass, some, crystals. But I thought what I wanted to try first, hi Nydia. We're going to have a giveaway here in a bit. I've got this organza thread. And I thought that maybe what I would do, I had this little idea. I got this organza thread through a needle. And I thought it would be fun to make a few just small little cluster things. So I thought that's what we would start with. And then you guys can sort of direct me from there. I've got this like a minty green color. And I'll probably be hitting this thing a lot because it's right by my face. I want to let's see if I have anything in that minty. Oh, there's one. It doesn't go through the needle. Some of these beads can be strung, some of them cannot. Holes aren't big enough. All right, let's put those aside. And let's look at, oh, I just did a little, hey, Casey. You got it right. Oh, here's a whole other box right down here at my feet. Holy cow. I'm going to do a giveaway a little bit later when we get some more people in here of a nice bunch of beads. You guys all like beads? Oh, here's some of this that I can use. These little hemp cords. Those I can actually just string through some of the beads. Let's see. Let's see what I've got here for larger beads. These are all findings. Okay, so let's start with, you got it right, Casey. Let's start with these are plastic. But they've got little roses carved in them. They might be fun with these. Where did my other... Okay, I just pulled it out. There it is. And then I need another little black one. This looks like it was crocheted on here. It's Cheryl time. Well, we're going to play with beads today. And I've got, if you haven't seen my haul video on the beads, it's up. I have like 4 huge boxes of beads. So let's just do this. And then what I can do several things with this. But I like this wider organza ribbon. I'm going to tie this one again. It's Cheryl time. Yeah, I know I had told some of you that I probably wasn't going to be on yesterday. You may not have been around on Monday to hear it, but so there we go. Look at that. You could tie that, a dangle. You could just put a bulb pin through that with some fabric behind it. I could stitch that down and just make it a dangle with the ribbon. Hey, Darla. Oh no. Better check your notification settings. I don't know what would have caused that, but isn't that cute? Just a little. You could put that in a tassel. You could, oh, here's the other thing I want to try. Hang on a second. Let me find. No, that one's not long enough. If you put a tag topper on that is long enough, like we've got this one here. And I've got some of these, again, more acrylic beads, and they were like hand stitched together. So they're not like anything special. You did? Yeah, I don't know. I hear a lot of creators talk about how bad the notification system is for YouTube. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I am not going to get that one on. And I'm looking for just the right tag. Oh, here we go. I won't put purple on that, but look at that big old tag. And then we've got the ends. I could put some beads on the end of these tag toppers, and I may need to thread them into some kind of a needle to get this to work. But let's see. Let's see if I can push it through there. I have got another. Another other needle that I thought I pulled out. What did I do with it? I've got a big old tapestry needle that might work a little bit better. Okay, let's see. What have I got in my little bucket here? I pulled all this stuff out onto my desk to have it handy, and I covered up my needle wherever it is. So I may not be able, oh, there it comes. There, it's coming through the other side. There we go. So I could put that on top there, and I could just glue it. I could put a little glue in the hole, or I could tie a knot, but isn't that cute? I might just take a little squirt of art glitter glue and put down there in the yeah, I know. And I know though that YouTube is not real consistent with notifications. Hey, thumbs up if you haven't yet. Please. I appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can get this one through. I know. Look at all these beads, and I have bags and bags of beads and stuff. Oh my word. I need to find what I did with that bigger needle. You know what I really need to find? I bought some needles with the really big eyes, you know, the hole in the needle, the eye of the needle. And I put them somewhere, and of course you know what happened to that. I put them somewhere and they're put away so securely that I'll never find them again. And then you know what happens? I come along and can't find them, and so I just buy more. Hi, Pam. So, Pam, we're playing with beads today. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, Cheryl. I find that it's kind of hit or miss. Because sometimes I get notifications, sometimes I don't. And then I think, well, maybe I unsubscribed from that person. And YouTube does sometimes unsubscribe you, so check that, because I have been unsubscribed from some channels that I know I would have never unsubscribed from, and I've heard about it happening to other folks as well. And I'm going to sit here probably the whole video and fight with this bead, getting this one bead on. I won't do that, but it feels like that's what I'm doing. Fighting, fighting, fighting. Let's see if I can find one with a better hole in it. So what other ideas do you guys have for using beads? Any other great ideas? Huh. Yeah, there's weird stuff that goes on with YouTube, and I don't understand it all. I don't pretend to understand it all. But I did put up an hour-long video. I would definitely put it on 2 times the speed to get through it. But okay, hang on, let me get my trusty dusty awl. See if I can poke it through with that. And if not, I'm just going to leave one on and call it good for now, and then I'll work with this off screen. I don't want to bore everybody to death, but these are just little wooden beads. But I got 4 boxes, you guys, of beads. And I didn't even have time to really look through them and see what all was in them, because there were people lined up behind me to get at them and buy them. So I knew if I didn't grab them, I wasn't going to have a chance at them. And I wanted that chance. So I grabbed them, and I figured I'll sort them out later. And for the price that they were, I can always sell them. All right, I think I finally got this. If I can get my tweezers to grab. Dag nabbit, those tweezers just don't want to grab. I need to buy some new tweezers. Some new craft tweezers, because these just don't work. But my fingers do. All right. So there we go. Put one down, one up. What do you guys think of that? And I could take some waxes and cover those up. I know, wouldn't that be fun for a tag topper, especially if it stuck up over the top of the, let me see, and get all the little things I'm putting together. So that's another idea. And then, let's see, what other ideas did I have? I mean, we can make the standard you remember I made these before where I don't know if this needle, I don't think it's going to fit through here. I need a much smaller needle. A much smaller needle. Okay, hang on a second. I've got stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff everywhere. Let's see. How about... Oh, you guys, look at this applique. This is all little seed beads and sequins. That I'm keeping for myself. I'm being selfish on that one. So here's like a light blue. Let's put a little pearl on either side. Hey, Maltina. So I'm going to put that one on, and then I'm going to put this. Actually, I might put one a little bit bigger after that. And then this. And then this. And then remember we did the ones where that one doesn't quite look right that way. Let's go this way. And then maybe a little blue one. And then a couple more. A couple more of these pearls. All right, let me show you this. What do you guys think about that for a dangle? I like it. But I get a lot of things I'm asymmetrical about. This kind of stuff, not so much. So I'm going to take these off real quick. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. Hey, Mimi. We're playing with beads today, and I'm going to do a giveaway drawing for a nice big lot of beads because I got 4 huge boxes of beads, and a lot of seed beads. I'll never be able to use them all. All right. Nope, I would just do that as one long day. Look at that. Isn't that pretty as a dangle? Now what we're going to have to do is I know, isn't that fun? And if you have a whole bunch of beads to work with, it's really fun. Now I've been dropping them on the floor as we've been working, so I may have a mess to deal with when I'm done, but that's okay. Just get out a broom and sweep them all up. And I don't know. Yep. Okay, so here's what I've got here. I'm actually going to do one more. I've got this little knot here, but then there's some, oops. But then there's some, these little threads sticking out up here at the top, and I don't want those. So what I'm going to do is take a little dab of glue on there, and that'll dry clear so that the knot holds, and then I'm going to cut these little threads off. All right, so that can be the top. I could hang them like that, and then I'm just going to take these 2 apart. So there's lots of ways that you can tie these. Oh my gosh, I've done that too. I was making Christmas tree earrings one year, and I had a whole one of those little plastic boxes that you get where you can sort out all the beads. Had that thing full of Swarovski crystals, and I had it sitting on the arm of the couch, and I was working in the family room on those and watching videos. And when I went to sit down on the couch, my big old butt got on the that's not even close yet. My big old butt hit that box, and it was bad news. Those Swarovski crystals went flying everywhere. And I mean, I'm not kidding you, I had hundreds of them. That's not tying tight enough, so I'm gonna just put some glue around this and keep tying it a couple more times so that I get a nice knot there. I know, there's nothing worse. I have also dropped on the ground a whole container of little tiny seed beads. I mean, tiny seed beads. And all you can do then is get out a broom and yeah, and when you use that cookie sheet, if you put a that's still not holding super well, but let's put some more of this glue around. All right. So there we go. Got a little bit of the pink coming out the bottom, and I've got some glue holding that on. And then I've got a little loop up here to hook it on with. But look at that dangle. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? On that cookie sheet, Mimi, if you put a towel over it before you put the beads out on it, they won't roll as much as they will on the plain metal. Yeah, that's just not wanting to tie down the way I want it to tie. It's fine the way it is, but it's not the way I was looking to do it. I would probably pull this all apart and use a longer thread. And I may do that after this is over, but for right now, this works. All right. So there we go. There's that little dangle. So that's 3 things we've done now. Marie, I'm doing stuff with beads. Let's take some of this hemp cord. Let's take a pretty purple. It's not the end that's going to come out easily. Well, I can't find it, so we're going to use blue instead. And I'm going to see if I can get some of these little tiny beads. And if not with the hemp cord, I can definitely do it. Oh, these are all in a circle. That's kind of cool. Okay. There's some beads. Let's see if this will go through. Yep. So let's put some of these little beads. Sometimes you kind of have to look at them and find the ones that have a little bit wider holes in them. Because some do. And I'll never get that needle through there, so I can't use that. Because I don't think these are going to fit through here. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. Nope, barely goes on the tip. I'm trying to think of what else I can do with all these beads. So I've got some dangles. Yeah, this is not working real well. The first one went on, not so much the second one. But what I can do is there's the big needle. What I can do is just take some thread. Tassels, great idea for these. And so for some of these, I would just put wire through them because wire is stiff, so it'll go through easier, and you just have to get the right gauge of wire and it'll go through real easily. But I wanted to see if I could get some of this thread. Nope. So this is the other thing that I did, Marie, is I took a piece of organza and you can cut this off. You could put this around a tag and have that on the front. You could use this as a tag topper. You could put that through the hole and have that sticking out the top. You could use this for so many things. A dangle on the spine. Okay, so this, I was looking for an empty little bag, and I know I've got a million of them around here. But for right now, I'm just going to set these to the side because these are awful little. I need a real tiny needle, like a seed bead needle, to get through those, and I don't have one handy. So let's see. How about if we make a bead tassel? Because I've got enough beads that these things will go through. And we can go back to that blue hemp cord. And put it in the off of your signature strings. Yes, I absolutely agree on that. Or on the outside, you could put some beads and some charms. Okay, come on in there. Well, goodness sakes, I'm having troubles with these needles. Boy, we had some crazy thunderstorms last night. My poor dog, was scared to death. She'd jump up on the couch and like come over to me and want to cuddle and, protect me, Mom. And then she'd sit there for a little bit and then she'd move over to my husband, and she didn't know who she wanted to protect her. Okay. Let's look at some different beads. I don't know if these will work on here. I don't think so. Ooh. Those aren't going to fit on there. I didn't think they would. Ooh, here's some golds. And it's a ton of them. So let's see if these will go through. They should. Yep. So let's see. Should I make a whole strand of gold beads and then different colored strands, or should I mix them all up, do you think, Miss Marie? Yeah, I know. And I have some of those, but I put them away somewhere so I wouldn't lose them. They're still in that very, very safe place. And I will run across them one of these days. Okay, let's make just a whole. Let's make a whole, because I have so many of these. Let's just make a whole row of these. I know, but you know me. I lose everything. So we'll just make a whole row of these, and then we'll find some other beads that'll work. Like I said, I've got 4 boxes of beads, so I'm not worried about finding something. So what's everybody got going on this Wednesday? Boy, you guys, you know how I was having so much trouble cutting out magazines because they just kept tearing. So I did some research and I found the knife that I need. It's an X-Acto, but it uses a Z series blade. Those blades are the bomb. No more cutting magazine paper. They're beautiful the way they cut. Now, these beads that I'm using here, they're pretty and all, but I would not use these in jewelry. They're fun for crafting, but I think the finish would rub off on them if you try to use them in jewelry. So I would never, try to put these on jewelry. I just don't think they'd hold up. Oh my gosh, wasn't that crazy? All those beads. Go on forever. In fact, there's very few in this box. Well, the seed beads I would use for jewelry because seed beads are seed beads. Pretty much. You can get some really cheap seed beads, but none of these other beads would I probably use for making jewelry. It's just not, they're craft beads. I use different, I've never made a beaded tassel. What I'm using here is hemp cord. Now, hemp cord I would use for jewelry. I've used that all the time. And leather. I use a lot of leather too. But for tassel strings, well, I'm just going to make a beaded tassel and then maybe some ribbon in with it. I don't know. I'm open to suggestion. I've got that organza. I could cut up some organza and put in with it. I'm going to make these about 8 inches long, I think, so there'll be 4 on each side, 4 inches on each side. Torn fabrics, yeah, there's all kinds of Okay, is that going to be long enough? That for a tassel. It's not going to be super long, but you know, there are some smaller um there are some smaller tassels, journals, you know, journals that don't go real long. All right, here's what I'm going to do at the bottom though. I'll show you this. So I'm going to take my needle that's coming out of the bottom, and I'm going to skip this first bead and run it all the way back up through the middle of those other beads. And what that's going to do, it's going to give me, I don't want to go through the string. It's going to give me a secure, hang on a second. It's going to give me a secure loop or a secure bead at the bottom. And then it's going to make my, oh, come on. Did I get it through? Nope. I did all right. Okay. So you see what it's doing? Well, you can do it one of two ways. You can just let it, you know, go across that bead. I don't know if you can see that, but it goes across, or you can turn that bead so it sits sideways. Either way works just fine. And then you just keep running this up the you just keep running this up the inside of the bead. Just be careful not to sew through the thread that you already have there, because that then will make it, oh my goodness. Tell me I'm gonna have to do these one at a time. It's just like when you're making a journal, and if you sew through the thread when you're binding your pages, then it won't let you, you know, tie them off. So it's the same thing here. Just don't run through the, just don't run through the card. But yeah, that, you know, gives it a little more strength. And if you use beading thread, which is a whole lot thinner than this, then the other thing you could use is the, like the fishing line. Have I made vanilla? You mean like vanilla that you use? And I have not made that. If you're talking about vanilla, like vanilla extract for cooking, no. I have not. Have you? I'm taking it you have. If you're asking me about it, how did it come out? Now, the other thing you can do on this cord, I don't have any over here, but I've got beeswax. You could take beeswax and run it. Okay. Are you going to make some? Is that on your list of projects? Oh, you do make it. Oh, okay. And how does it come out compared to like store-bought? Oh, yeah, I've never made it. I will tell you though, one thing we did this weekend that was pretty amazing. We bought something that we are going to really love. We bought a rice cooker, which in and of itself isn't that spectacular, except that Oh, I should probably try that. You know, I like to try authentic things. We bought a rice cooker, but it's also a slow cooker and a steamer. And rice, the reason we eat a lot of rice, and one of the reasons I really like it is because it doesn't, I'm going to have to get bigger beads next time or a smaller string or something because this is, hang on, let me get some beeswax. I'll be right back. So it cooks rice a lot faster and it doesn't make a mess because I always boil the water over when I make rice. And so I'll have a stove to clean up. And then it's got a steamer basket that'll sit in the top. And we've been making like steamed vegetables with rice. Oh my gosh. And for some reason, probably because they're steamed and fresh, the vegetables are out of this world. Be right back, you guys. And it will also cook. You can make like a pot of dry, you know, take dried beans and cook them in that thing. We plan to do that. In fact, I may do that today. All right, this is my beeswax. It's used for, or what I use it for is waxing my saw blades when I'm sawing. That's what I use it for. Oh my gosh. Well, I just got mine. So really the only thing we've used it for so far is you know, the rice and steaming the vegetables. Haven't done anything else with it yet. This is going to take me forever. I am going to just make one strand of these, a short one, because I don't want to sit here forever. I need different thread to put that on. It's just too, I would have been done 10 times over. All right, so I am going to take this thread. This is not the right thread for these beads. I mean, it'll work, but it will take forever to put those all on there. So I'm going to do, and tie it. Then I can cut off the extra. All right. Well, I'm halfway off the screen, so all right. So there's that little piece. Now, let me take these off of here, because we're not going to use that cord. Let I want to get one Hang on, let me go find my beading cord, which I have just right over here, I think. Hmm. All right, I found some of the fishing line that you use for beading. So I'm going to see about using this. Oh no. Did you check April online to see if they're doing a clearance online? All right, this is going to go. A whole lot better. Because this is kind of stiff cording. I'm going to do some more of these. Hey, Susan. They didn't have it online. So, Susan, we're working with beads today. Yeah, sometimes they'll have those sales. If it's a sale that's at every store, then they'll do it online as well. But if it's just a sale that's happening at a few stores, then I don't usually find it online. Depends on whether it's in their, like their weekly mailer, or has to be a national sale. I know. There's probably not much left anymore, though, I would imagine. I figure if I don't see it and I don't know about it, then I'm not missing anything. I have so much stuff, especially after these. So the guy who had, well, it was him and his wife really, but he's doing the selling for her. He had 100 vintage hankies, and he is now giving me first shot. And if I buy a whole lot, he'll give me a bit of a discount because his prices weren't that great on some stuff, but he's given me a discount. So I bought a lot of 100 vintage hankies from him. Now, I needed those like I needed a hole in the head. Oh, I bought more than that from him. I bought 5 plastic bags full of stuff, and these were big because he got all 100 hankies in that one bag. I'll tell you, I need an intervention. That's what I told Ms. Cheryl, Crafty Shamrock. said, I need an intervention. All right, let's do the same thing on this one. I'm not going to make this one real long. It's about the same as the other one, and look how fast that one went together. Yeah, I don't do a lot with hankies, so I think most of them are going to go up for sale. I have one lot that is vintage and antique. It's got some of both in it. It's a really, really beautiful lot, and they're white and off-white. They're not, they're embroidered, some of them, but it's just like all neutral. And then the lot of 100 that I got is all colorful. So August is a no spend month. Oh, well, I am having a marathon sale this weekend, you guys. So just beware. There will be. Oh, I know. And you should see some of these hankies. I don't have them down here, or I would show some to you. They're upstairs on my kitchen table. They are just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Some of them are embroidered, and some of them are the oh no that or like the silk screen. But they are really pretty. And like I said, there's 100 of them. So I will be absolutely selling some of the hankies at my sale. I'm going to start at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I think, 10 or 11. And I'm going to go till, like the evening. And if I didn't sell enough, then I'm going to come back and sell. I mean, I have so much stuff to sell. I've got ribbons, I've got flowers, I've got beads, I've got more lace, fabric, everything, you guys. Oh, I did a Joe Biden thing. I whispered my sentence. All right, come on. Come on. Just a few more here. And then we'll have all of them on. Oh Lordy, are you talking crap to me about how long it takes me to invoice? I know. That's my least favorite part of all of this stuff is the administrative stuff. It's such a pain in the patootie. I do eventually get around to it, and I have had some people say, please invoice me right away because I'd like to get my stuff right away. In that case, I'll pull yours to the top if you really need it. I hate invoicing. And I come down here and I say, okay, I'm going to sit at my desk and I'm going to do everything, do all the invoicing until it's done. And I get 2 or 3 done. I'm like, oh man, I feel like crafting. I've got this project or that project that's halfway done. And so I just start crafting. And it's not a good thing. You are on a roll this morning. Hey, you remember that thing you were showing me? Are you going to mail that like in the, because I want to show everybody. And I can't tell you all about it until I get it. You're on a roll. Yes. Oh, yes. I owe you an invoice, Susan. And trust me, it's sitting right here beside my desk. And I get distracted when I sit down to do the invoicing. And the only, because all the other ones are pretty much done, the only reason yours got set aside, and this is not necessarily your fault, but you had asked me to add to your order. So I set it aside when I was doing invoicing the first time. And okay, Cheryl. Um, I don't know. I just don't enjoy the invoicing part. Maybe I should just start giving it all away. Can't do that. I spent several $100s recently. That's fine. And I'm fine with that. Honestly, Susan. Like if you see something you want that I'm called with your big toe. And this goes for anybody. If you guys see something you really want and you just can't afford it right now, just communicate with me and let me know, that, hey, I really like this, but, I'm not going to be able to pay for it until whenever, and I'll work with you. I'm not, it's the people who don't say anything to me when they can't pay and they just ignore my emails. So we'll put that together. Okay. So there's a couple of gold. Let me get the lid on this gold before I knock it over. You are on a roll this morning, my girl. Let's see if I've got some. Yeah, that would take too long. Anyway, I'm going to not keep doing this because I know this can't be too exciting for you guys. And I'll finish up. But here's what I'm thinking. And I can show you when I'm done. I've got these two. And then maybe I'll put some blue with them, or, ooh, red. Red and gold go really nice together. Maybe we'll do some red and some maybe little pearls. Lordy knows I've got enough stuff. And I'll just make a bead dangle. It'll just be all beads. I'll put some bugle beads. I'll maybe put a strip. And so each strip will be the same kind of bead. I'll just have lots of them for a dangle. So there's another idea. All right. What's our next idea? I had some other ideas. Oh, let's look in this box. Oh, I could do a strand of white. This is like rosary chain. I think I may just have to do that. Here's some pliers. Okay. Let's maybe make this one a little bit longer. Oh, I did have another idea, but I need a much smaller. I'm going to have to go look. A smaller needle. And I know I have some. I've also got this chain. So I've got this and this. Got that one to go with it. And then I have something else. And then I could put a piece of chain in there. What about gold chain? We'll just make this all kind of gold, and look at that chain in there. So I'll come back to that and work on it later. Then I've got these pearls, bigger pearls that hang off the chain. I could put some of that in the tassel. Oh, they've got, might say that for something different. But anyway, I've got all kinds of stuff. Oh, look at these. I'm going to start a section in my Etsy store and at my sales for vintage jewelry. And some of this real pretty vintage jewelry I'm going to sell. So anyway, there is that. And I probably have more other gold stuff around that I can find. But here's the other thing I was thinking of. Look at this. And if we took, let me tie this real quick. What I was thinking, hang on, you guys, I gotta pull this string through. Anybody watching the Olympics? Man, that's Simone Biles. She is like superhuman, isn't she? She is just crazy talented. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do have brooches. I have a whole bunch of brooches that I got. And those will be for sale this weekend, too. Okay, come through here. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. So if we do this, and I could even take some wax and put over, these will fit through here. I could wax this bead. I could put a napkin around it. Oh, you should see the ones I got. They're really pretty. I'm telling you, I have been buying like a mad woman lately. It's just been, it's been insane. And I've got to stop until that's why I'm having the marathon sale. But I've been able to get things at such good rates that the uglier the better. Oh, some of these are really pretty ones. They're not all ugly. Some are. Well, I wouldn't call any of them ugly. I would say some are not my style. This doesn't want to come through here. There it is. All right. So now we can do something like this and then decorate up that bead, rice paper on it, all kinds of stuff you could put on there. And then this could be, well, it could be a dangle like this, and you could put other things at the bottom. Oops, I got a hole in my cord. That's not good. So I'll have to play with that. But you could take, I was thinking of like on the front of a journal, if you had some lace and stuff that you could take this and string this across something. And then you could hang charms off of it in between the beads. Isn't that cool? And then you can take, let's see what I've got here. Patina green and copper. I don't want either one of those. Not that one. I have a denim color that I'm looking for, and I'm not. That's the one color I want, and it's the one color I can't lay my hands on. Oh, there it is. I don't know if the denim will look good on there. It's a darker blue. I don't know. I don't think that's the right color with that. So you guys tell me, rose gold, copper, or fire ruby? What color wax should I put on that? What do you think? Beads in the spine, you mean where it's stitched together? Okay, rose gold, copper, or fire ruby on this one. I don't think the fire ruby works. So it's either going to be rose gold. Let's look at the rose gold. Are you talking about, Marie, where have a real good example of it here because I covered up this spine, but hang on. You mean like where you have stitched the spine and you string beads? Yeah, I've not seen that, but that would be a fun thing to do too. And then the other thing that I really want to do, and I'll do it and then I'll just show you. Let's see what the rose gold looks like. I don't think that's vibrant enough. For that bead, we may need the copper. Or copper with some streaks of salvage patina in it. I actually am going to just get another one and do it because this is too hard to work with. All right, let's put some copper on this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to try that. I've got, and then I don't know if you guys know Pam Oxendine, who recently moved to Peru. She had a whole, I mean, it was an entire huge priority mail, one of those flat rate envelopes, full of seed beads that I bought from her. And so I have all of those too. And so I think I'm just going to make up tons of packages and I'll sell them by weight. And like put them on my Etsy store, put them in my sales. Anybody else who wants one, use them as giveaways. I think I'll just, this surface, I probably should have sanded it first because it's kind of shiny. It's got a glaze, but look at that. That's going to be really pretty together, the copper. I've got to let that layer dry and then do another layer. Yep, stitch them in there. All right, let's do our giveaway because we're almost out of time. So let's do the giveaway. And what I'm going to do is just, I mean, you guys, I'm just not kidding you. All the beads I have here. And so I'm just going to make up some random boxes of beads. And there'll be some seed beads, some, you know, bugle beads, some pearls, some of this stuff. It'll just be a little bit of everything. And look at, these are more. Oh, I love these kind of bugle beads. I mean, there's just so much in here. And I will just go through, look at all the sequins. I will just, beads and buttons would look like. Oh yeah, you can do anything, anything. I mean, look at all of these, vibrant color. These are little seed beads. These are bugle beads. Just everything in here, everything. So we don't have very many in here right now. We only have 7. So let's do a number between 1 and 20. Put your numbers in. And I'll send you a nice package of beads. And I don't have to invoice it, so I can send it out right away. Look at these. So like, here's a couple of pairs of earrings that will go into my, oh, don't do that. That will go into my vintage. Oh, wow. Let me see that. Let me show
Got a bad spot on it.
Oh, we can cut that off.
Yeah, but it's a big one.
Look at that big old habanero that just came off the habanero plant. It does have a bad spot we're going to have to cut out.
Almost as big as your hand.
Yeah, it is. Look at that. Hubby was out in the garden.
Come on, you.
I only have one number in there. Does it not everybody want beads? So this is going to go into my vintage jewelry collection, and it's a clip-on earring. I'm always being asked for clip-ons. And then this one is really pretty too. So I'm going to put some of this. The numbers are for a drawing for a bag of beads. Look at that pretty. I want to test this and make sure it's not gold before I give it away. It's really pretty. Okay, 1 to 50. I'm sorry, 1 to 20. If you're interested in a bag of beads. Susan, I don't see you in there. You sure can if you want to put 5 in there for Darla. We've got 18 for Juju. So put 5 just all by itself so it stands out to me when I'm looking at the numbers, if you would please. 14 for Pam, 18. Oh, Susan, you're after Stitch It Pam. Got to pick a different number. 12. Okay. So Marie, well, you got 5. Anybody else? Who else is in here? April, P, Susan, Cheryl left. I guess Casey probably left too. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Oh, I don't have my phone with me. Hey, Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 20.
It's 2. Okay, I found this on the web for no. Check it out.
Stop it. Okay, nobody wanted to. So let's try again. Hey, Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 20.
A random number between 1 and 20 is 8.
8. Marie. Do I have your address, Marie? I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do. So I am, inkedpulp@gmail.com. If you will, oh, Nydia, I'm sorry. You came in too late, and Marie already had number 7. That was the winning number, but Marie already had it. I'm sorry. So inkedpulp@gmail.com. Go ahead and message me or email me your address, or you can do, yeah, Gmail is fine, or you can find me on Messenger. I'm inkedpulp on Messenger as well. You can do it that way, but email's nice because then I can keep it and have it to refer to. And I'll just put together a nice big bag of beads for you. Do you have preferences on colors? And then I'm going to work on some of this stuff today, and I'll show you guys on Friday because I'll finish up some of these things that we started. I jumped on. Yeah, I don't see you up above. No preference. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to spend some time working on this stuff because it's fun, and I really need to get it off of my table. So I'll put together your package, Marie, and I'll watch for your address to come through. And I wish you all a wonderful Wednesday. Won't see you tomorrow. We're over at Penny's tomorrow. But I'll see you back here. Through my tools here. I'll see you back here on Friday. Have a great day, everybody. Thumbs up before you go, if you would, please. And I'll see you Friday. Bye. Oh my, what did I do with my mouse? Okay, now I'm going for real. I found my mouse.